Folks, we're here with a very special guest, Agent Zero, in the AMP compound. We're going to talk to him about his life, about streaming, and all sorts of things. So very happy to bring you this episode. Without further ado, let's begin. Hello, folks. We're here in the beautiful mountain scenery near Atlanta, Georgia. The birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day, and I'm here with a special man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing splendid, man.
Good to see you, man.
You too, dog.
Our paths have connected on the internet, but now we get to see each other in real life.
Thanks.
And I am absolutely astonished that the house that streaming is built, and arguably you guys are the biggest streaming house in the entire country, the world.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I don't know.
And I'm talking about the AMP house. If you guys aren't familiar, amp up and get with the program. But arguably, for sure in the country, I don't know what Chinese streamers got going on.
Nah, they probably got some big shit in China.
Yeah.
Did you see that list of the biggest 100 YouTubers? Bro, like 40 of them was like Indian channels. It's like Sony Music Vivo is 39. So there's probably some Indian nigga that's tough, like really, really good too.
And there's like some weird like child unboxing toy channels that have
those is up too.
That seems like such a weird business to like have your 6-year-old like on the clock, like Ryan, we gotta get up. Tonka just sent us some new shit. Like don't dilly dally. Like let's go.
They just ruined toys for that kid, man.
Do you feel like it's possible to grow up healthy as a 6-year-old with 40 million subscribers?
I feel like it could be healthy. You're just not gonna be normal. Feel me? Like each kid, most of us kind of like oddly grew up very similar. Like you had Hot Wheels growing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's so common. Like we just all have so much common things that we grew up together. Like, but if you grew up and you have 40 million subs, there's nothing you're not gonna be able to relate to shit.
Well, also the idea that you are a business and your parents know that,
And you're the star.
Yeah, and it's like showing. I just feel like that kid is gonna one day have that's the kid that like goes out to Bali and does mushrooms because they have to like refine themselves because they never got to enjoy their childhood, you know?
Yeah, on some Michael Jackson shit.
So give us a little look into the world of streaming because it honestly blows my mind. Like I don't know what you think about this, but the fact that there's people that like they're tuning in to watch you and you're sitting in front of a screen just talking about stuff, and there are thousands and thousands of people that will watch. Does that blow your mind?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's nuts. Like, and the meta I realize is you can also just travel the world and experience shit, and they'll just watch. But like, I watch streams too, so I get it completely. Like, there's people I like watching them because like it's fun to watch them do something. Like, I could play a scary game, but it's fun to watch him play a scary game. Like, I could play Madden, but it's funnier to watch Flight play Madden sometimes. You feel me? So like, it just depends, bro. But like, I don't know. It's a crazy world. It's like you just spark up. You could do anything. I could react to a video. I could like, I went to a car meet last week. Week before that, we were in the UK. We were doing a whole bunch of like IRL streams out there. We had a house out in the UK for a little bit. Like, you could do whatever you want. Bro, you know iCarly's been doing this since time.
She's a streamer?
Yeah, iCarly?
Yeah.
Yeah, since time, bro. She used to spark up in a room with her friends, Freddie and Sam, and they used to just get busy doing dumb shit. That's really what we do, bro.
What do you think it says about people if they're willing to spend so much time kind of vicariously living?
Through? We do it in all ways, though. Like, we don't play basketball. We watch LeBron play basketball.
Sure.
Like, we do it in every way. Like, there's going to be someone better than you at something, and sometimes you just want to see him do it. Like, I'm not the best gamer, so it's nice to watch Shroud because he's really good at games, so he could show me some stuff that I would never be able to see. Like, it's nice to watch LeBron do it because I would never be able to play basketball the way he plays basketball. I think, like, if you're too deep in to where, like, your whole personality is another person, or, like, for example, like, if you got your hair cut, imagine if there was like millions of people like, oh my God, he changed his hair. It starts trending on Twitter. Like he changed his haircut changed. Like that's parasocial and deranged. But like, I think there's a healthy way to do it where you're just enjoying entertainment. I feel like entertainment is like essential.
What I really like about you when you react to stuff is because I would say there's two main streamers or reactors that I watch to. It's you and DJ Ghost. Mm-hmm. And why I like you two is because you actually have, like, you have a lot of layers to add to the conversation. Some streamers I watch, all it is W chat, yo chat, like there's a bird outside my window, chat. And I'm like, no disrespect, but I don't get the allure of the W chat world. Like, what did you do before this? Were you like a philosopher? Were you gonna be an English major? Like, what was your?
I went to school. I wanted to do everything growing up, man. I just learned all the things I like doing. But I went to school for sport management. I went to uni for sport management. I really went to be.
Did
the
you
GM
grow
of
up
the
around
Raptors.
here?
Nah, Toronto.
You're a Canadian?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah,
And
just-
good to
yeah,
have
man.
you here.
I've been here for 4 years now.
Wow.
It's great.
Do you have an official passport? You on visa? How's that situation?
Yeah, I'm on a visa. There's some reasons why I can't get a green card yet, but I can get one whenever I want. Yeah, it's just things are great out here. It's just it's not home. You feel me? Like you're from Milwaukee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like things you like about Milwaukee, there's no other place on planet Earth that's gonna be able to replicate it. So you just have to learn to love the next place you're in for what it is instead of for what it's not. Instead of just thinking about like, damn, Milwaukee does this better. You just have to appreciate that, like, this is the way this place is, man. And then when you leave that next place, you're going to love things about that the next place doesn't have. So each place just kind of has its own pros and cons, but it's calm out here in Atlanta.
Would you say that you are 100% an optimist? You seem like you have a very good way of framing things.
Yeah, I try to be, but there's so much things to be positive about. There's way more things to be positive about than negative about. Bro, we live in America. What the fuck?
Dude, but people don't realize that anymore, that it's a blessing, it's a privilege,
insane.
it's wonderful.
Yeah.
What's the Canadian perspective on America? What's your outside commentary tell you?
To be fair, I grew up with a lot of American friends because a lot of my friends I met through YouTube and the internet on like Skype days, Discord, just playing games and stuff. So I never really felt a big separation between like, oh, those are my American friends, those are my Canadian friends. I think I could relate to my Canadian friends a little bit more. But America's so big, though, like, you're not going to be the same as, like, a nigga from Florida.
Yeah.
Like, completely different cultures. And, like, there's so much cool shit out there. So, like, you can bump into somebody from, like, New Orleans, and, like, they're fucking hilarious.
There's so many flavors to encounter.
Yes, bro. So it's like, it's not even like America's one thing or an American is one thing. It's so many different types.
I guess what I'm trying to get at is there's a popular narrative right now that it's like okay to shit on America. It's popular to be like, oh, this place is a third world with a Gucci belt on. Like, and
Go
it's
to a
like,
third world, bro.
Why?
Those people have not been.
But why is that coming along in our national conversation, do you think?
It's just easy to hate on whatever is popular. Like, LeBron's easy to hate on because everyone loves him. You feel me? Like, Drake is easy to hate on because everybody loves him. Bro, people die to come here, to America. People deadass die to come here. Go to Africa. Ask them, would you rather have something they value a lot? Would you rather have a degree or a visa? Like, 100% of people is going to say, bro, a visa, because they see this place as an opportunity. My parents moved from Ethiopia. My dad bounced around a lot as a refugee. And then eventually he found a home in Canada, and like he was a taxi driver. But that's an opportunity. And he set us up to be able to do this. That was an opportunity. You can't do that where he grew up. It's impossible.
I think that's the beautiful thing about the American dream is that someone with a great work ethic and great attitude can come out of a war-torn country and lay the foundation for their family to absolutely take off. And it's up to you if you want to take that gift. But I think that I love the immigrant story, man, because the immigrants in this country are the ones that are the entrepreneurs, the innovators, the ones that get things done. What was happening in Ethiopia that led him to leave?
So certain countries just have like very strict laws when it comes to military and stuff like that. Like South Korea is probably the most strict.
Like mandatory military service?
Yeah, Ethiopia wasn't mandatory, but around the time he was supposed to go to uni, I don't know all the details, to be honest with you. Something happened where he just had to leave, so he bounced around a lot. I think he went from Djibouti to Italy there's a whole bunch of places he went to.
He got his passport stamped, huh?
Yeah, I don't even, yeah. He
got there, let's just say.
He has a lot of stories. Bro, every time I see my dad, he has a new story. I've known him for way too long to hear like new stories about. The last time I seen him, he was showing me pictures of him when he was like 20, and I'm like, that's so crazy. Life is so insane, man.
I'm going to guess by your vocabulary and how you think about the world. Are you a reader? Or were you a reader as a kid?
As a kid, I became more of a, early days, I was a reader. Like, I don't know why, I hated the idea of being average. So, like, if we went to the library in first grade, and I'm like, I just like picking out a difficult book, you feel me? And then like if we was at the gym and we were playing basketball, I just like hitting the toughest shot. Like I just like doing shit that was like harder and better or whatever. But then eventually video came out and I lost all interest in text. I became a video person. If there was an assignment, I'm making a video. And since I was like 12, I've been making videos, and not like on some Mickey Mouse shit. Like on God, every day of my life. If I'm not like
not on some Mickey Mouse shit.
Yeah, just like every day, bro. Every day I was doing that. Like I was rushing home to make videos.
What kind of videos were you making as a 12-year-old?
So my voice was a little squeaky, and I was very what's the word? Insecure about it. So when I was 12, I just edited montages for people. So I learned how to edit VFX, run scripts on After Effects, do a whole bunch of like cool stuff. I learned 3D modeling, a little bit of 3D animation, 3D design. And then when I got 15, my voice had gotten a little bit deeper. So
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because I come from a high voice background as a child.
And people don't respect you. Like,
Dude.
you could be playing games and have the greatest call out, and they'll be like, all right, bro.
When you answer the phone at your family's house and they say, yes, ma'am, or like, that's when I just like.
That used to piss me off. I'd be like,
Dude.
bitch, do I sound like a girl? What the fuck is you talking about?
One of my first businesses I ever did, I went door to door advertising lawn mowing services and odd jobs, and I had my handmade flyer. I had a little like cringy sales pitch, or like, sir, wouldn't you like to spend more time golfing or less time, landscaping? But it was just like. It did take a little bit of courage because it was just like, I sound like a little bitch, So you become 15, your balls drop a little bit, your voice deepens a little bit, and we have a breakthrough moment, it sounds like.
So I'm like, fuck it, let me start doing commentary. I just got tired of editing because the editing was not just like Mickey Mouse montages. Like I was putting in pain. I was learning so much things. I had like infinite plugins. I was breaking PCs because they kept combusting, trying to operate After Effects. It was like early days, and After Effects is not optimized. So yeah, I started doing commentaries, and I was really hooked on GTA. So this was around the time GTA 4 was about to wane out. GTA 5 was a few months away from release. I started just making videos, how excited I was, just speculation videos, stuff like that. And then there was a channel called GamerSpawn. Fuck that channel. At the time, though, they had 160,000 subs. And I was doing anything. So I submitted one of my videos to be put on their channel. It's one of those community channels. So, like, you can send videos to them and they'll post your videos. I'm like, bro, a channel, and they approved it. A channel with 160,000 is about to post my shit. Bro, they posted my video. I look in the comments and I'm being slaughtered. They're like, who the fuck is this kid? This nigga sucks. Get him off the channel. Because the other nigga they had on the channel, the main guy, had this golden voice, this radio voice. And then here's me just chatting about what I want to see in GTA 5. But they was slaughtering me. They're saying, kill yourself.
What?
Stop making videos. This nigga sucks. Delete this video. Bro, it made me want to quit.
The internet can be incredibly vicious, can't it?
To a kid, bro. I was like 14, 15 at the time.
So what was that like, the day or two where you're just reading the comments and you had this initial thrill of being accepted, and then you, like the dread in your heart as you're just reading through comment after comment? What was going through your head?
It was disappointing that I wasn't good at what I was doing, but I was too delusional to stop. So I just kept doing it. So they posted like 5 more of my videos. I don't know why they did that. And I really didn't gain that much off it, considering I think I gained like a few hundred subscribers.
Did you win people over?
Nah. I went from 60 subscribers to like 260 subscribers.
But at least the comment section, did they start growing on you a little bit?
They hated me more. It's like a Bleacher, it's like a ESPN comment section once they post too much Taylor Swift memes. You're like, nigga, can you start posting some actual football? Like, they just start getting vicious. But like, people on the internet don't treat you like you're human though. They just treat you like a pixel. So, yeah, anyway, but that was a good start for me though. And I knew that there was really nothing I was going to experience that was going to be that bad because I didn't have nobody to support me back then.
So I think a lot of successful people have a healthy amount of delusion, right?
Yeah.
Because to believe that some of these things are possible, you got to be that way.
A little bit.
Did it just bounce off you, or did that make you like, okay, I'm going to go home and go harder? Like, what did that first experience of getting roasted do to you?
It just made me feel bad. But it didn't discourage me from wanting to do this. I was at the point I was doing it for like 4 years already. You feel me? Like, I'm too deep in, bro. Did
it follow you into real life or at school? Like, did your friends or people at school see that video and be like,
Now, my friends thought it was kind of cool that I did videos. There was certain people that in high school, I knew everybody. I knew the whole school. So there was certain people I'd find would talk shit behind the scenes because I had this like corny intro. So like they would mock me and stuff like that. And I remember at the time,
What was your intro like?
it used to be like, so my name is Agent Zero, and that was that when I made that channel. So my intro used to go, hey guys, it's the double agent you can trust, and you can call me Agent Zero.
I dig it.
I might believe
So why do
you
you
too,
have two
going back in
zeros
time.
in your name?
I don't know. I was 23 is my favorite number, so I was originally gonna go 23 because that's my birthday number as well, and my house number growing up. But I don't know. 23 felt corny. Agent 23. What the fuck? Zero just kind of felt more like I wasn't trying so hard to be some shit. So it just felt right. I just locked in. And then like I didn't want to change my name. Back, I used to have many YouTube channels, and I would change. Sometimes I would make brand new YouTube channels just to change the name. Because back then on YouTube, you couldn't change the name. So I used to have a channel called Midnight Assassin in my first channel. And I'm like, this name is corny.
You have some CIA ass names, like you're lurking in the shadows or something.
And then I had iBlurry Films. Then I had West Side Cinema. And I'm like, bro, why do I keep changing names? Whatever name I come up with next, I'm sticking with it. So Agent Zero was my fourth channel, and that's the one I stuck with.
And at what point did you feel like you had your first taste of success?
So it depends. Like there's all these little itty bitty tastes you get over time. I never had like one video blow me up, but I think the video that kind of opened the door for me, eventually I bounced around a lot. So I played games like The Last of Us, GTA was big for me, et cetera, et cetera. But then I finally landed on NBA 2K. And
you and Punch Made Dev had a few collabs, right?
Did we collab?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, we might have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were in the same community. I definitely remember that nigga. But I don't know if we collab, but we were familiar with each other. He was more on the park side of things, so like where you create your player and play in the park. And I was more so on like the tips, shooting tips. Like we weren't in the exact same
So were you like a
niche.
2K coach almost?
For a time. So like originally, because I was going to school for sport management, I landed on this game mode called My GM. Back then, nobody was uploading My GM. So all you do is build your team. You can make trades, try and win a championship, right? That was perfect for me. There was way less competition, and so I grew doing that for a while. But then after 4 years of building fucking teams, bro, you want to do something else. I was doing it every day. So eventually, I was like, fuck it. This next 2K, bro, I'm going to be on some like, I'm going to do some park shit. Feel me? So I built my player. And I had this one game. This is back before niggas was really doing it. I had a 79-point game. First week game came out. I told niggas this is the best jump shot in the game, and it blew people's minds. And then I remember I was like, fuck it. I invited my friends pull up to the Pro-Am so we could play. And naturally, I didn't go out my way to do it. I had a 95-point game. Bro, when I tell you, like, YouTube was just like, bro, what did this nigga just do? I saw Fanta last week on Twitter post, he had a 180-point game. So now niggas just one-upped it like crazy. But back then, 95 points was like, we never seen that before. So I'm like, dog, I blew you. Everyone just considered me the best shooter on YouTube, bro. This nigga's the best shooter. This nigga's the best shooter. So I ran with that. I'm like, bro, I finally found my lane. And the good thing about the park community in NBA 2K was it was way bigger. You like the GOATs, some of the GOATs came from there, like Aiden or Soluminati. There's so much like the Cash Nasty.
Aiden
like,
Ross was a 2K commentator?
Yeah.
Okay.
So all those people played that mode. There's Pretty Boy Fredo. There's like even like Kai used to play and upload that shit too. But Duke was really big at it. Davis, like there's so many people. Dev.
DDG, was he in that world?
Nah, DDG was not.
Okay.
He might have played 2K, but he wasn't like in that community, bro. Who is blowing me up? Shit got to be an emergency. Hold on, my fault.
Speaking of emergency, when we first got here, there was an armed man that went behind our car, and he pretty much strip searched me before I was allowed to go to your property.
Yeah, security be kind of serious here. I should have. That was on me.
But that was sick, though, the way that he like moved the car. Like I was just impressed with the setup. I guess to me, I'm just enjoying this journey so much of what is possible on these platforms, and finally breaking through, finally having a good time, and like to pull up on somebody that. Like to think streaming leads to this palace on the top of a mountain.
Fucking nuts.
With a security guard, just like holy shit. And
Yeah.
what was the reason you guys got a security guard in the first place?
Bro, we just had too much encounters that security could have solved, and it's just expensive to have someone sit out there for a while. You feel me? It's just expensive to have someone sit out there, And so like for a while we just couldn't afford it. I know niggas think like A&P just has like $100 million and stuff like that, but bro, like our focus is really on growing shit. So anytime, like if we have money to spend, we'll get a director that can help on set. We'll get an audio guy or some new shit for.
You guys are entrepreneurs. You're doing a great job of
Yeah.
being frugal and investing into the bigger picture. So
Exactly.
you were trying to cut expenses from any unnecessary things.
Yeah, but then eventually it became necessary. Like we just had weird stories. People just come up here on some weird shit sometimes, and then they think like people on the internet sometimes don't think you're human, so they start treating you like an alien. And like I'm like, bro, you wouldn't like it if a nigga put up to your house and started recording, or like you wouldn't like it if a nigga put up to your house and started acting weird and trying to sneak in.
Have
Or
you had people trying to get into your house?
Yeah, they try. It's impossible now.
Is
It's just weird. Like if someone did that to you, you would be like befuddled, bro.
I'd want to move.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't feel comfortable. I keep going back and forth if I'm going to buy a gun or not. And
you should get one.
I probably should, but here's why I'm not. Is what scares me is I've probably once a week, once every 2 weeks, I have these night terrors where like I'll wake I'll some dream where someone's in the house or something's happening, and I wake up as I'm like charging in the hallway or like charging into the bathroom to like get them, and then I'll wake up and it's like. And then so I don't want to shoot anyone while I'm dreaming. I don't want to like shoot my wife and dog are in the room. Like I don't want to accidentally wake up and it's like, oh,
Have you ever like beat the shit out of them?
No.
Oh, so then why would you do something violent now that you have a gun?
I guess if I had maybe I just need a sophisticated gun safe.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I used to sleepwalk a little too. But like I used to do like weird shit. Like I would just turn on the lights and go back to sleep.
What do you think that is? Like, do you think it's just
I don't know. I wish I had the answer to that.
The dream world is such a I feel like we still don't have any answers about what's going on,
bro. And you know what's crazy? I bet some nigga in the past figured it out. I bet somebody in the past figured it out. We just didn't retain that information.
It may be burned down in the Library of Babylon or something like that.
Yeah, they might. Bro, so much answers. We just lost them. Now we got other shit like internet.
Do you think dreams are significant?
I don't remember my dreams, so I don't know. Like it's rare. Every once in a while, I remember a dream. It'd be the most random shit too.
The dreams that you remember, like, are they usually positive themed? Are they scary?
They're usually positive. Like my last dream I remember was like 2 months ago, and I was gonna do a stream playing basketball with Travis Scott. And I don't listen to Travis Scott enough for him to show up in my dreams. So I was a little befuddled that I seen him in there. But I was really late in my dream, and I felt so bad. And I'm like, damn, I gotta get my shit together, bro. Like, I'm not taking the stream shit seriously, bro. I'm late to my stream, bro. I don't remember most of them. You be having scary dreams?
It's always like someone's in the house, or like I used to have this reoccurring one. If I sleep in a place it's a new place with a low ceiling and it's really dark, I'll have this dream where like almost like a shipping container is being dropped over my head, and it like comes this close to me, and I feel like I'm in a coffin. And I'm like, hey, I'm in here, hey. And then I'll wake up. Like I remember I was in a houseboat. I went with my stepdad's family on a vacation on some like riverboat in Kentucky or something, and like 2 or 3 nights in a row, waking up everyone on the boat, hey, hey. Like
Yeah, you might need therapy.
But I don't think there's nothing I've repressed that I think. I had a great child. I don't think there's anything that is traumatic that my brain's processing, though.
It gotta be, though. Like, why would it by default do that? It gotta be something that's triggering that.
It is strange.
Yeah. I would rather I'm glad I don't remember my dreams. If it's positive, fuck if I care. It's in a dream. But if it's negative, I definitely don't want that experience all the time. So, like, it's just better for me not to remember them.
Dude, I'm surprised. My wife is very wonderful. Like the fact that she doesn't make me sleep in another room sometimes.
Does she like rub your head afterwards?
No, she's like, Tom? I'm like, oh. And then she like just knows that it was just a dream. She's like, okay. And she just goes back to sleep. She doesn't waste any time thinking about it.
She's not trying to be up all night.
No, she's had enough. She's ready to go. But like the thing, I'll almost get like a split reaction of anger when I come to, because I'm like, my dog Frank, I'm like, Frank, like there's why didn't you get up, dude? There's someone in the house. Like, get on your job, dude. And I realized it was all like nothing, you know?
Yeah, damn. I would hate that, but I don't know. It's worth exploring too. I bet the answer exists.
Who do we talk to about that?
I don't even know. My mom thinks that her dreams like have meaning. So like something will happen in her dream and she'll call me. She'll be like, Dean, are you okay? Oh, I'm good. And she's like, are you good though? I'm like, I'm straight. But she'll be convinced because she saw me in a dream be like attacked by a wolf or something like that.
So she kind of almost feels like there's a spiritual connection to the dream
Yeah.
world a little bit.
And like sometimes I'll tell her things and she'll be like, oh my God, that's what my dream was about. I'm like, stop.
Do you feel like you have any sort of spiritual connection in this world?
Yeah, I'm Muslim, so I feel like my faith is kind of my foundation. And then just trying to follow it requires a lot of discipline in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh my gosh, being a Muslim here sounds like it would be a catastrophe.
Yeah, it's not easy. There's not, like, at least in Toronto, there's a lot of Muslim people, and like every store is halal, and like there's mosques everywhere. But like here, like it's hard to spot a mosque. Like there's not many places that offer halal options. Like, and there's not many. When your environment is complete opposite of the way you want to live your life, it becomes significantly harder to live.
Is
your
that
life.
what you say your situation is?
Yeah, it's just hard. But I just like sometimes like you can catch an energy. You feel me? You go to a party and it's amazing. Like the vibe is immaculate. And then other times you're just supposed to be the energy, bro. Like there's certain people that's just supposed to be the energy. So if I'm at the house and it feels kind of like dry and boring, bro, I'll just you can bring that energy. So like someone has to do it, bro. For people to catch a vibe, someone has to like be the nigga to initiate. So I just like try and do it regardless. And I've just been trying to make friends that's on the same timing, really, too. Even if they're not here, like just on like Discord or whatever, FaceTime.
So I grew up in the Christian world. I actually went to one of the biggest mega churches in the country. I think it still is like top 5. It was Willow Creek Church out in Barrington, Illinois. And it's very important to my mother. And I've never really felt that. Like I know, especially in the Christian world, like there's an idea that you can have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ and God, and you'll know him through the word. And I mean, I guess I feel connections of spirituality.
How often did you go? Like as a kid, did you go often?
Every Sunday.
Okay.
But I feel like I feel spiritual moments that are not religious based. Like I can be out in the beauty of nature and just feel like, thank you, God, or something like we have a really good experience and it's just like we're in this we have a record label paying for the Airbnb that we're at right now, and it's a bit of an upgrade, and it's like, damn, like thank you, God, like thank you that we're here in this moment and we get to experience this, but nothing religious. In the Muslim world, is it something that people strive for, to have a relationship with Allah or Muhammad, like the same way the Christians might talk about it?
Is not so much a relationship. It's more so like you're obeying his will, and that the only reason you're on earth is to do that. So when you get caught up making videos, you're not serving your purpose. So like it's a little different. Like I think the word they use a lot is the remembrance of Allah. Like no matter what you do, before you eat, you say like thank God. There's a dua or a prayer you can do before anything. Before you, I don't know, like clean yourself, before you pray, before you eat, before you travel, before you do anything, there's a prayer you can say to just remember, because like all of this is done by his will. All of this is done by his will. So
it's a constant way to walk in step with God.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah.
That's what I think the Muslims do very well, is especially with the 5 prayers a day, and then like constantly thinking about it, is like it's interesting to see in the Christian world sometimes where it feels like it's a once a week thing, where it's like, I guess there's certain people that's almost like the appearance of it, like they dress up nice to go to the church, but the Muslims, I think, have it right. Like if you're gonna believe that this is the most important thing to follow in the world, like you got to kind of be on it.
Treat it like that.
Do you have a lot of Muslim friends in the area?
Here, nah, not a lot. Most of them are kind of agnostic or Christian. Mm-hmm. In Toronto, yeah, I do.
So it sounds like even from a young kid that you've had a lot of your relationships are online friends.
Yeah.
And that's probably something that only someone that's your age or younger can even say. Like that wasn't even an option for our parents.
Nah.
Is that strange? How do you feel about having so many online relationships?
I think at first it was strange a little. Like the first time you meet a friend you knew online for a very long time, it is a little strange, but then I've done it so much now. Like no matter where I travel, Like I could travel to Hawaii, and I know one of my mods live in Hawaii, so I'll link with them. But it's really only someone I knew online. But then like first time we meet in real life, there's nothing awkward or strange about it anymore. I think it's kind of like online dating in that like it was probably fringe and strange like a decade or so ago, but now it just feels so normal. I don't even like think about it like an online friend. I just think about it like that's my friend. You know?
Tell me, how much of a team goes behind the scenes with what you do in the AMP house? Like, how many people keep this ship sailing?
It depends. So our individual teams are completely different than like the makeup of the AMP team because our individual teams receive like a lot of focus from us. The AMP team is like it's its own entity. You feel me? So like my team is pretty simple. Like I have two people. I have Caleb, who's my creative director. He basically just does anything I would do. Like he's a second me, so when I'm live, there's something I need to do. Like he has ability to do it. I just hired Marcus.
Like, is he constantly brainstorming ideas? Like, yo, agent, you got to cover this. You should look into that.
Like anything I would do. Like if there's something that I do, he should be able to do it too. So he's great though. He really cares about his job. He's amazing. Like it's fun for him. So we're on the same
Does he live
vibe.
here?
Yeah, he's not far from here.
Okay.
I have a head of social now, so we're just kind of like helping bring him into the fold. He's been here for 2 months. I just hired a new person to cut up shorts, and then there's the people that manage the shorts channel, and then I got Jake, who's my assistant. He's amazing. I got Waleed, who's my main camera. So it depends. Like the team is a little diverse now. AMP is a way kind of bigger operation. We have an executive that handles more of like the business, and like he'll come for like big shoots that require a lot of attention. We contract a team to do our videos now, like the production of it, just because doing it in-house was very difficult. I guess it's technically still in-house. They come to all the shoots. They're part of the team like completely, but those guys are amazing. Oh my God, they're fucking incredible.
To someone that sees one of your videos, like it's mind-blowing to think there's that many people floating behind the scenes.
Bro, at an AMP
because it could seem like it was just like I was half expecting you to say like, yeah, it's basically just me.
Like on our individual teams, it's probably like 8 people, but on the AMP team, it's probably like 25.
And is it exhausting being a streamer?
Yes and no. I think it depends how you do it. If you stream every single day on some XQC shit, like fucking 8 hours, yes, bro.
What does your schedule look like?
I wake up. I've been going straight to the gym, regardless of how I feel, straight off the wake up, and then I'll stream. I'm usually an earlier streamer, so I'll go live around like 3-4 p.m. Eastern, and I'll get off around like 9-10 p.m. Eastern. And then I got the next.
You go pretty straight, like you just go through that.
Yeah, and it depends what I'm doing that day. Like the last stream, you see my watermelon farm out back.
Yeah, that's
so. Yeah, I finally harvested one of my watermelons, so we were eating that.
How good was it?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's better than anything I've ever tasted at a store. It tastes like one of those fruits you get. You know when you get a fruit like straight out of market in like Mexico, like you just know it was made properly.
And zero bullshit in there.
Yeah, like I didn't even use fertilizer. Georgia's son just like carried. I didn't use fertilizer. I didn't use nothing GMO, no pesticides, insecticides. It was just like straight water. That's it.
Does your back hurt from sitting for 6-7 hours a day?
Nah, I got a tough chair. Now you get used to it though. It's like anything. You get used to it and then you build a tolerance. When I first started streaming, 3 hours was long for me. Now, like 10 hours is long for me. But you can keep pushing that barrier. I don't want my streams to feel like volume. I want it to feel like good quality. So sometimes if I feel a little tired, I'll get off. If I feel like I'm not giving it 100%, I stream, boom, I'll catch y'all niggas tomorrow. But it's not like, it's very doable, bro. Like, I think the grind is just different because you're interacting with people in your room, bro. And like, but it's fun though. Like I could watch one of your videos, but if I watch it with stream, it's more fun. Because if I'm not saying something, they're saying something, or they're catching a moment that I ain't pick up. It just like, everything is better to do with them. I just built like a really dope community, so it's just fun doing.
It's almost
shit with
like
them.
a hive mind. Like you have so many brains on the same page. Like if you're watching something, you're like, "Hey, chat, look up this, look up that." Like,
what bird is that? Sorry to cut you off. Is that a hawk? That's a vulture.
Is it?
It might be there. So he smells something, Tommy.
I think there was maybe a squirrel we hit on the way up here that they're trying to get.
Sorry, there's a vulture in this bitch. Yo, one time I saw a dead rat in the backyard.
How did that go for you?
I'm glad he was dead. And whoever killed him, congratulations. And then Like an hour later, I look outside, 3 vultures are on that.
I'm glad I'm not a vulture, dude. What a bullshit way to do everything. Like, you just wait until someone falls
Someone
over,
dies.
and then you just, like, I guess, you know what? The time that they spend gliding is probably pretty cool. Like,
Yeah, I bet they're
just
having
like,
a marvelous
oh,
time.
yeah, like, did you check the Smith's house? Yeah, like, their dirty ass got another, like, raccoon out there. Like, they're our usual customer, you know? But
Yeah, I bet they love roadkill. I just love nature, man. There's so much cool like animals you'll see out here.
so there's a capacity to do, you wear these things on you that you can walk around, and that's the IRL streaming?
Yeah, so nowadays I just do it on my phone. But you can there's a backpack you can stream from too.
How
depends.
reliable is that?
It depends on where you're going. The backpack is like it's finicky a little because if I tackle you, we're playing like I don't know whatever. I bump into you you're at a concert. There's a chance your whole shit just shut off. That happened to me a lot, so that got annoying. And now there's a new meta. Jalon put me on, and now Fusi's been running with it too. Fusi put Jadion on, and then Jadion told me to do it. And it's just using your phone. It's an Android S23 Ultra, and everything you need is on 2 apps. So boom, you don't need all the shit. And you would think like it's a downgrade. It's not. It looks really good. Like the quality's amazing.
So do you have any fun plans for IRL? Because you were just talking about nature. Like, I could see you doing like surviving in the woods for 24-hour stream. Like, what kind of things you
When's
got?
this coming out?
Probably a month. I don't know. If,
In a month?
probably, yeah.
Oh,
If
okay,
you want
cool.
us to wait a couple.
No. I just wanted to know because I'm doing a series in 2 weeks. I haven't announced it yet. I'm doing this series where I go on 5 dates in 5 different states. So I'm gonna take Jalon, and we're bouncing from state to state to state to state.
And who is Jalon?
She's somebody I've been getting to know.
Okay.
Yeah, online. She's great. We get along really well. So I needed somebody to accompany me on these dates. And so like I asked her like, do you want to come? And she said,
Is she going to double date with you?
yeah, she's gonna be. Each place is a date. So we're gonna start in Alaska.
She's going to be the one you're dating, or she's going to date someone else?
No,
and
no,
you're
no,
gonna
no.
date
We're
someone
dating
else?
each other. So
Nice.
like we're gonna go to Alaska and we're gonna go on a date in Alaska. Boom. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna go on a date in Texas at the Texas Fair in Dallas. Boom. And then we just bounce from state to state to state to state doing cool IRL stuff. So half of it's gonna be exploring places I always wanted to go anyway. And then the other half is gonna be like romantic, just like date vibes. And then the streamer's gonna love it because I've done a stream with her one time in LA a few weeks ago where we just cooked and they loved it. So
Do you see some long-term potential here?
I don't know, bro. My life is so crazy, man. I feel like every time I think is a good idea to do something long term, shit bite me in the ass. But
I would imagine it would be hard to date you with what you have going on in your
bro,
life.
it is, yeah. And plus, like, I'm not even like, it's just awful timing. I really hope I don't bump into like the perfect person. That's part of the reason why I don't like getting to know people all that much. Is because like I don't want to find out you're perfect for me right now. It's just like bad timing. I know, like I'm so focused on this. When I inevitably don't make time for us, is I'm gonna feel like an asshole for even committing to something that I wasn't able to fully, give to.
The fabric of time is woven in an interesting way. Like, there are times that people like go out of your life and come back
Dead
in,
ass,
and
yeah.
if they're right for you, I'm sure they can circle back. But if they are right for you and then you miss, and then you see them like 3 years later, like their engagement photo, you're like, oh no.
I don't even have fears like that, but shit might happen eventually. Like whatever happens, and like I don't like regretting things. So like if something happens, that's the way it was supposed to happen.
You're
It was
at peace
designed
with
that
it.
way. Yeah.
It was the will of God.
Yep.
Have you dated anybody while you've been big in the streaming world?
Not like yeah, I have, but it depends what you mean by big.
Playboy cardio over here.
Nah, like I don't. Yeah, but I stopped now. Now I just give like a lot of disclaimers ahead of time. Like you just need to know where I'm at in life, and like know that I won't have time really. But, it's fucked up. Is women will just pretend like they're okay with shit though. She'll
'Cause
say
then-
like it's okay. It's okay. I'm very understanding, bro. 2 years later, he was not understanding.
Yeah, they encroach past enemy lines, and then they steadily make it all the way to the headquarters, right?
Oh yes. Like if she likes you enough, she will convince herself she's okay with whatever. But you had to. Now I know that you can't just trust that, because even though she might really want that to be the case, bro, everyone has a line, and like some people want to be away, but they're not the way. Feel me? I just need someone who's like very understanding, like incredibly understanding. and you just have to know what it is going in. But I don't even want to do shit until I feel like I can give 100%. You feel me?
Is this something you see yourself doing for the next decade till you're
Forever,
50?
yeah. Maybe not this exactly, but in some form, forever, yeah.
Some sort of content creator, innovator.
Just in the space in general, like I just love it. I've been doing it since I was like I don't even know what it's like to not do it because I've been doing it for more of my life than I've not been doing it.
So I was pleasantly surprised because you seem like your mental health seems really great. You seem very positive. I thought there would be no way to do a job like yours and not be like off kilter just because of how much time you spend like in the world that's not even really here in a way.
Yeah,
Is there a lot of mental health issues in the? Well, I guess YouTubers, I've heard that too, but in the streaming world as well. Like, is it pretty tough for people?
It depends. For me, it's like mentally, I'm fine. I think people need to just figure themselves out, like explore yourself so you know what you're all about. And then you will have the answer. Like if I get tired, I know what I have to do. I'm going to go, number one, nigga, I need to do my breathing exercises. Number two, how have I been eating? 3, did I hit the gym? Like there are things, did I hoop? Like basketball's therapy for me. So like if I know there's a gambit of shit I'm going to try if I'm not feeling right and it's going to get me right every time. Some people, they don't know what works for them. So you just have to figure out what works, and each person's different. Sometimes I just roll my windows down and drive, and that's all I needed. And then, like, I'm back right. But it depends. Like, yeah, staying indoors and talking to a screen and, like, especially when your chat is toxic. Sometimes these niggas get toxic, bro. It can get under your nerves, bro.
What do your folks think about this?
At first, they just thought it was some, like, Mickey Mouse shit. Like, it wasn't going to last. But, like, eventually, you know, I've been doing it for too long for them to still think that. So now they just like...
Is it blowing their mind? Like when you tell them like, yeah, I just got this place here. I'm doing X, Y, Z. They're like, whoa.
My parents don't care about things. They care about like, if I told them I prayed today, they would be like, they would be ecstatic. But if I told them, Mom, I just purchased a $17,000 million mansion, she'd be like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
They just don't care that much about things. So, like, she'll be happy knowing I'm happy, but she'll be way more happy knowing that, like, I did something meaningful. And they don't care too much about, like, items and things. They're more about, like, people.
Yeah, the impact we have on people, I think, is the most powerful thing that we can ever leave. And I think... this journey of life is not an easy one, and I think there's a lot of chapters that come about too. Like this could, the YouTube's gonna be one chapter, and then we'll see what comes after that. I see myself, I think, doing a lot of coaching of wrestling and like really being
You're a
like,
wrestler? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and really having a strong base in Milwaukee. Like I would love to make a world-class wrestling community there
In Milwaukee.
but it's gonna be tough, dude. It's gonna be there's a lot of uphill battles over there to get that going.
Is that your like life dream, like your goal? That's beautiful, man.
I think this is the plan right now is build up the empire, acquire fuck you money, and then I can do, like, I was just trying to do the math, like, okay, like to really make an impact at Milwaukee wrestling. Like, let's just say I want to renovate every single high school's wrestling room. That's probably 25K a pop. I want to get 3 or 4 vans for every high school so no kid misses a practice because their mom's at work and they have no one to take them to practice. Then I start, like, getting, hey, for an assistant coach that's been through... Like they've been through the program and they know the discipline, they know how to hold these kids accountable, but also how to encourage them. Like, okay, how many kids at each school do we have to hire? Like that's, I think, how you build the ecosystem.
Dope. Yeah.
So
that's nice. So, like, what do you feel like you're doing now to get there? Are you on your like acquiring money to have like the resources to be able to do that, or are you like, and when you're at home, are you like in the community? Like, are you going to these events and shit like that too?
So basically, when I'm at home, like I'm really a homebody. Like I'm with my wife, I'm with my dog, and then I'm doing stuff with real estate. So I might be walking properties or checking things out. I ran I volunteered in multiple different high schools. And then I also ran a youth program, which was the funnest thing ever, dude. I was just telling these guys, like, it was a bunch of, like, I think 5-year-olds that started up to all the way up to, like, 11. And these little savages, dude, I would get them together. Like, I would have them do, like, push-ups or take people down. And then I'd have them all stand up. I'd be like, on the count of 3, guys, flex. 1, 2, 3. And but right now things are so busy that the only thing I do coaching-wise, I coach at the jiu-jitsu gym I'm at. I coach Takedown Tuesdays and
Takedown Tuesdays.
Yes, sir. But right now, like, if I want to commit because money is one thing to give to the kids, but
Mm-hmm.
time is really where I think you can make an impact, to be a leader, to be there. And right now things are so busy. I don't want to overcommit and underdeliver
I feel you.
to the kids.
You can do it one step at a time. It's not like you got to do it all at once, too. There's stages to life, too. This could just be your acquiring money stage. You feel me? And then the next stage could be like whatever, like you building the infrastructure for what you want. And the next stage could be like you giving the time for what you want. So there's no rush to do everything. You got a whole life to live. So
Like one thing that crosses my mind is like let's say sponsorship deals. Let's say like part of me is like 100% don't do it, because like if you don't really give a shit about it, then don't do it. But then part of me is like, well, if this fuels growing everything and this can get me one step closer to a bigger picture and a dream. Like, how do you navigate those types of situations?
I don't. Okay, hold on. I don't completely understand the question.
Like, let's say you get a sponsorship. Let me just say an easy one: gambling or sports gambling. I don't do it myself.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't recommend people do it. And my mentality, if I take an ad like that, is the people that are gonna hear about it already are doing it, and I just have a promo code that. Like, I don't feel like I'm starting a wave of people that don't want to do it.
I feel like you could convince yourself of anything, bro. You could stab your friends right now, and then you'd be like, I was defending myself. Like, you could find a way to justify anything, no matter how crazy it was. Trust me. Like, and we've all done it in small ways too. Like, you know, you shouldn't have ate it, but you was hungry, or like you haven't ate in 8 hours. So like, I feel like there's certain things, if you feel like it's against what you believe, you just have to understand there's no way to justify it.
There's a lot of gray areas in life too.
Of course there's gray areas. Like, you got to think that gambling deal, I don't do gambling either. I've been offered many, and I just say no. I just vote them down. Even for A&P, like, I'm always a no vote. I just can't do it. I have no interest, and it's because I know the reason they're able to offer me way more than the usual sponsor is because they're hitting the lick of licks on my audience. But it's a temptation, though. Feel me? I had an offer for one a year ago, and I was thinking about it. I was doing the same thing you were talking about. I was trying to justify, like, imagine if I just used that money to help these people. And then I stopped to think, like, bro, where's that money coming from? One. And then two, like, I called my dad, and nowadays I've been calling people for advice if I need. I used to just kind of solo shit, but if I have a question, I feel like you might be good for it. Like, I'll call you and just ask, like, what's your thoughts? How you feel about this? What would you do? And Jadion taught me that, because he'll just call people and ask for advice, and I think he's one of the smartest people I know. So like, when he's asking for advice, I'm like, bro, there's no reason why I should feel too shy to ask people for advice. Like, most people are gonna be willing to offer the help, and some people just love to talk too. So you can get the best of both worlds. But I called my dad, and he wasn't even disappointed that I asked. He was just like confused, like, what? You're gonna do it for money? And that's all he was really saying. You can do it for what? Why would you do it? For money? Like, you don't have money? I'm like, no, I got money. It's just so what are you doing it for? Mm-hmm. And it's like, you always want more, but the pursuit for more never ends. And there's a healthy way to do it. Like, you're in great shape, but like, you can go to the gym and you can be in better shape. It's healthy.
Yeah.
But like, if you get to the point where you hate your body and you want it to be like this, and that becomes unhealthy. So I think there's healthy ways to want more, and then there's unhealthy ways to want more. And that was a very unhealthy way. And I justified it in 75 different ways to myself, bro. But like, you just had to cut that off. I do it a lot with food. I'm like, it's hard for me to not eat, bro. My appetite is on 10 million thousand. But like, you just have to break down why you're doing what you're doing. For me, why do I want to eat food? It's exciting. So I usually eat it at night when I'm bored. So I just tell myself, I'm going to have to accept today's going to be a boring night, nigga, because I'm not eating food. I'm not.
Food is exciting.
It's fucking exciting, bro. And I challenged myself yesterday, bro. We was in a car. We was coming back. We went to Drake concert, right? And then we went out at night. Drake rented out this whole place. It was amazing. It was so much fun. And then on the way,
what was it like in there?
Bro, it was exactly what you would expect.
I'm guessing just dozens of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life.
Stunning, man. I don't even know how he does it. It's amazing. And like, especially from a city he's not from, like it's insane. But on the way back, the driver had hella snacks. Man, I was so tempted. So I took some M&Ms. And I started eating them, and then I stopped myself mid-eat, and I said, bro, I'm going to let the rest of this M&M pack I'm going to just be bored the rest of this drive. I can't. So I still have it in my room. I just be challenging myself in small ways to, like, break out of some of the habits that I spent a long time growing in the wrong direction. But, yeah, I feel like you get to, if you don't think gambling is bad, then you could take a gambling deal. I personally don't judge people. Like, each person's different. But one, it's against my faith. And then just two, I grew up in Toronto, but I went to school. I went to university in Niagara. Niagara's kind of like Vegas. It's a big gambling city. And I remember you could see the faces of the depressed niggas just hitting the slots. And bro, that shit hits different at 3 a.m.
Walking through a Vegas slot machine world is like people are smoking
cigarettes.
and drinking Mountain Dew and wasting their money. Like to me, it's just like what is like I used to think want someone to like go. You want to go shake them or something.
Bro, yes, but it's addicting though. So that you just have to be. I don't know. So it's the same reason why I wouldn't promote drugs on my channel. It's just like it's addicting, and we talk about impact. That's not the impact I want to have. And at the end of the day, you don't need a whole bunch of high fives and congratulations for doing that. I just feel like that's just the way I want to live my life. And if that means I'm gonna have less money, then I accept that. But I'm not nervous that I'm gonna be broke. If I go broke, bro, it's because God will for me to go broke. And if I make $500 million, it's because that was the will of God. So I'm not stressing what is gonna happen in the future. I'm just focused on what it is right now. And what it is right now is beautiful, bro. The position I'm in, I don't take it for granted. I don't even get excited about the future no more. I'm here. This is so cool to me. If you told 12-year-old me I was going to be sitting with Tommy and we were shooting a fucking podcast with the most beautiful view in all of Georgia
It's
right behind
absurd,
us,
huh?
nigga, I would have been like, bro, sign me up for that life. So I'm not about to sit here and spend more time focused on a future than the actual moment I've been trying to live in. So I don't even like know what I'm doing the rest of the day yet. I have to tell, I'm actually viewing some homes today too. But aside from that, like I think I'm about to stream. I got to figure shit out. But I'm just so in the moment. I don't care what's happening next week. I don't care what's happening a month from now or what my goal is 5 years from now. Like I'm so in the moment and I know what direction I'm going in. So I don't need to micromanage life. It's gonna
You
play
have a
out.
very beautiful mindset, and I'm taking notes from you right now. And it seems like you have a very low stress life.
Yeah, I don't feel stress.
Do you
at
ever
all.
feel anxious or stressed? Are there's
Anxious a little bit? I don't feel stress. I feel a lot of pressure, but stress is I feel like when pressure goes negative. I don't feel stress all that much. The only time I feel stress is if there's something nuclear going on. But it's not that often for me. Most problems
what
are
would be a
solvable.
nuclear moment for you?
Nuclear moment would be like niggas was shooting firework in the house and it caught on fire. Fire truck can't get in because it's a mountain. By the way, fire truck cannot get in this house. So like that would be nuclear, and that would stress me out. And so like, but most things are just pressure. Like when things go wrong, bro, my phone is just like problems every day. So I just get good at solving them, and also it's fun to solve them too.
These are problems that again, like your 12-year-old self would be like, "Oh man,
What's like I would love to
Put
have
me in
some
the
of these.
game, coach.
Yes, bro. It's just a lot. So sometimes I just know when to turn it off now. Because you don't always have to be solving problems. Sometimes you get to just like turn your brain off, which is great. Niggas don't be turning their brains off, bro. That's why I meditate and pray. You just
how
turn your
often would
brain
you
off.
say you meditate?"
Twice a week. I'll before all my brainstorming sessions or anytime I start to feel a little stress. If I notice a little bit of stress, I'll do some breathing exercises that day.
And what does it take? 10, 15 minutes to get you back on track?
Not even. Maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. I do the Wim Hof breathing exercises nowadays, but sometimes I like to switch it up. I used to do like slow, deep breaths for 15 minutes, like 15 seconds in and out. And you get better at slowing your breath down the more you do it. And the good thing about deep breaths is like certain parts of your body don't get oxygenated. So when you do that deep breath, after a while, your brain is so alert and on go that like I used to do it before all my exams because I would think faster. I would be sharper. Like that thing I couldn't remember is there. I'm locked. So
Isn't it so crazy that we're always looking for these like silver bullet solutions or get this supplement, get this boob job, whatever it is, but really like just focus on the ultimate basics of breathing?
people don't like hearing the basic shit though. Like if
Because
somebody
you can't
asks
make
you,
a buck off of breathing.
you can't. You got to sell them on some complicated shit. If somebody asks you like, what's the best way to grow on YouTube? What's the first two things you tell them?
Consistency and brainstorm.
Niggas don't want to hear that though. But if you ask the average YouTuber, consistency is gonna be top 3 on their list every time. But people hear it, they just don't want to apply the shit they hear all the time. And so like, but that's just what it is. Like, bro, I was watching this video from this channel I really like called What I've Learned. He just talks about like health and science and like he'll make interesting videos about nutrition and stuff like that. He quoted a researcher that said if exercise was put in a pill form, it would be the most popular drug on the planet. But niggas don't want to exercise. If you could take a pill called exercise and get the benefits,
Yeah.
everyone would be spamming that shit. They'll be exercise addicts.
Exercise is the best drug in the world, I think.
On God. So
Every time I'm driving back from the jiu-jitsu gym, I got sweat. I'm just...
it feels amazing. And then like and your body appreciates it too. And then your body starts functioning better as a result. Like the worst thing you do is stay still. Now you start atrophying, like certain parts of your body atrophy. Like, bro, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I'm chatting now, but
Well, I just started one challenge because I'm a shitty swimmer.
Me too.
And so I've been going to Lake Michigan, and we do some stairs to warm up, and then I'll swim. And also just the coldness of the water, you have to fight that. It's the balls, chest, and head. Like those are the 3 levels of. So you fight that, you get in.
you watch Wim Hof.
I'm familiar with the.
Oh, okay, yeah, I could tell. Yeah.
So, but it was perfect timing because I was going through a tough thing with a contractor. I had to let him go from a job. I get the call in the car ride home. He calls me and he's cursing at me and he's really upset. And he's a good guy, but he just had a lot of things going on. And it was just, but I was just like, I felt like Buddha. I was just like, I hear that, and then like was able to calmly.
Yeah.
And those are the moments I love feeling like in that type of mind state.
Like Zen. Like
Yeah.
chill. Me too. Oh my God. That is only beat by like the mode where you're so focused that like you lost track of time.
You're
That's
an operator.
Yeah, that's my favorite mode. But like Zen is good too. Like it's nice to balance. Indeed.
What a beautiful life we live. We got to peek into the mindset of Agent Zero, a guy that I'm very impressed with. I've had a very good time sitting down with you, hearing your philosophy on life,
Thank
and
you.
I've taken some notes. So we're going to ride off into the sunset here of this beautiful view, and we will see you guys next episode. Peace.